Hello, YouTube and Headphone and all, everybody. I recently had a request to show what basically differences between a couple different kinds of headphones. The idea question came up. Oh, my brother can hear me when I'm playing music on my EarPods, the Apple Earbuds, and I'm worried, if he's in the next room, if he's going to be able to hear me if I get open headphones. So I just wanted to do a couple, not very technical, but practical tests. Basically, I've got a bunch of different headphones. We're gonna do several, unless I get bored. And I've got another device here that's gonna play some music, and I'm gonna basically adjust each one to play at listening volume, and then you can hear, hopefully, how loud or how quiet it is. And I'll take them out and you can hear the difference of when it's on and when it's off. And just to kind of set the stage, here is, just I'm just listening to the iTunes radio. Here's something like my regular listening volume. It was on. Dance Discovery. So I'm going to be playing all the headphones about that volume for me in here. So we'll start off with kind of the other bass line, the EarPods. I'm still kind of getting used to these, but the new shape of them is a lot more comfortable than the old ones, I think. The old ones used to hurt my ears. These will eventually, but kind of all headphones eventually do. Let's make sure I don't have it turned up too high to start off with. Yeah, here this is basically where I'd be listening to it. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll move close. I'm gonna get really close first so you can definitely hear it. Yeah. And then I guess I'll leave the room. This is an open living room. I'll just walk into the kitchen and I'll shout when I'm in the kitchen, and then I'll close the door behind me. You hear the difference? Go into the kitchen. Can you hear the music at all? Probably not. Alright, and I'm going to close the doors. I'm pretty sure you're not going to hear anything. You hear anything? I am still here. Okay, now I'm coming through the doors, everything. Yeah. So, if you have really sensitive ears and it's really quiet, maybe you'll hear faintly something, but in general, you're not going to hear much. So let's move on. Let's do some other headphones. So I'll pause this. These puppies at. Next up, we're gonna listen to some. I guess the big one that they were questioning, like, oh, would this be too loud? So these are larger and totally different price and quality range than the EarPods. Although the EarPods were pretty good, considering what they are. These are way better. They're AKG Q701s. Yes, they're larger. Yes, I have a baby seatbelt thing over the headband because it has all these like bumps that are hard and for me bother my starting to thin hair. Yes, I know other people have lost more hair, but it's how I like it. Okay, deal. I also braided my cord up because it was way too long, but now it's just right. And it has handy dandy little loops that I can kind of thread a microphone through because I play a lot of video games and I do chat, and then I just kind of clip the mic on right here, and it sits close to my head and keeps tidy because it's in the loops. Little organization. But yeah, here, just play some music. Bring it up to volume. I have no idea if you can hear anything, but these are semi-closed or semi-open, I guess you'd say. Mostly I'd consider them open, but I guess they have a slight bit of isolation is the term. So it should be isolating sound out, but I could probably hear, yeah, I can hear myself just fine. So it's good if you don't really want to share with other people, but you want to be able to hear like someone walking up on you. Then you can hear with them off my head. Obviously it's louder because the speakers are free. Yeah. So there's that. What is this? Big Bang. Too loud. It's their single. Alright, so there's that. I'm not even going to bother leaving the room. Because, well, fine. I'll do it once. Just because I want to be in depth with this one. I don't think you'll hear anything if I just walk to the kitchen. Walking away. Alright, now I'm in the kitchen. This is about, I don't know, 7 feet away. I'm going to close the doors. It's actually really loud right now. Yeah. Okay. Blah. There's that. Did you hear anything? Pause that. Here's a extreme value, bargain value for your buck. These are, you can find them like $14, $15, or I got these for $12 from Newegg, free shipping. They have a lifetime warranty. You pay the shipping cost, so it's actually probably cheaper to just buy another pair. But they're clip-ons, so you have no headband discomfort. They're pretty comfortable. Maybe they look a little funny when they're on because they're that way, but I've had other people say, no, those actually look good. I'm like, okay, fine. Funny thing about these Koss while I get them on is that they also have a relatively high, for a portable headphone, impedance. So they usually have a bit easier time being not hitting distortion while you're playing them. I'm tucking my earlobes between the, I don't know if you could see, tucking my earlobe in between the pad and this bar because I feel that makes a better seal. I don't know if that was in the screen at all because I can't obviously see crap. But yeah, these actually sound warm, good, not offensive, and they distort very rarely, so they're nice. And fairly detailed, and they surprisingly do a good job with virtual surround things like Dolby Headphone, Creative's THX or SBX or whatever, surround processing. I didn't plug in the headphones. Just to reorient you again on how loud I'm playing these. It's funny because immediately putting these on, there's more body to the sound than actually straight out of the iPad. But yeah, the music's still playing. I don't know if you can hear it. Here's get closer. Here it is with it not in my head. Here, just a quiet, tinny version. Not too loud. Do 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 do. It's getting to a louder part. Alright. I don't think you're gonna hear me in the other room though. Okay. And then people were asking about where did I put them? Closed headphones. So my example is the surprisingly good V-MODA M100s. You spend so much money on headphones. Why do you have so many headphones? They're all different. And I didn't buy them all at once. Like usually like once a year. Or, you know, these are so cheap you can get them whenever. But M100s, and tell me I didn't forget the cable. Left. I guess this is also a good way to see what different headphones look like while you're wearing them. These are full-sized, and I think they are the least dorky looking of full-sized headphones that I've come across. So let's play some music. I actually got to turn down the volume a little bit from the Koss because these are more sensitive. So I'm at like 50%. Before the Koss were at like 75 on my iPad. Can you hear anything? All right, close. Here's with them off. I can hear something definitely. Quiet moment, come on. Oh, it's not that quiet actually. It's thrumming. These have a fun tilt, but they have a fair bit of bass to balance it out, and not too recessed mids, because I found I don't like recessed mids. Can you hear anything? Because this is loud for me. Play music. I can still hear stuff, but it's quieter. Pausing music. I can hear it pretty well. Obviously, it's a little bit muffled, but when you're playing music and you're doing these, there's a fair bit of isolation. It's louder with the white headphones, the AKG Q701s. So these do have a bit of isolation, but not nearly as much as the ones I'm not going to bother playing, because you're just not going to hear them at all. But I have Etymotic in-ear models. These are like earplugs. I was actually in a when I first got them, I was so impressed because I was at a expo, Macworld, and I had them in my ears, and my dad was actually like talking to me, like being louder than normal to try and be louder than the crowd noise behind me. And I was playing some music, and I was like, "Are you actually talking, Dad? Because you could just be moving your mouth like a joke." And I, just try to, I was like, and it was like I literally could not hear the faintest idea of what he was talking about while music was playing. So these are, if you're going to be serious about trying to block out outside sound, these are all you need. If you are afraid of someone in the same room hearing you, you can make your own judgment, because you're right across from me, like just a little bit more than a foot, with an iPhone microphone. Probably these are fine. I honestly think that, someone, you might even be in the same room with these, and they might be able to kind of hear it, but if they're already asleep, they're not going to wake up. If they're trying to fall asleep, anything will bother them. I mean, I guess except the IEMs, which don't leak out sound at all. And if someone's in the next room, I doubt they'll really hear you. So, you just got a good summary of all kinds of stuff. Hopefully some of that information was useful. And yeah, I probably ought to get around to doing more reviews and info on all these. And yes, I have the new AKG K701 Pros as well. If you want impressions on any of these things, if you want to see more information, give me a like. Maybe leave in the comments if you'd want me to share some of my experiences or impressions, and I will try to deliver more content. The more interest there is, the more it's interesting to me to bother doing it. And thank you for watching my video.